stuff.
Let's have a word with Errol Musk. This is Elon's dad. You must be very proud, sir.
Well, I've told people before, it's not a question of proud. I'm happy, I've always been proud of my children from the day they were born.
But he must be the one you're proudest of.
Well, don't get him. You can't say you're proud of one child than others.
You've got about a lot of kids, haven't you? You've got a lot of children.
Ignore that, Errol. Listen, do you think Donald Trump was right to promote your son to this position? Do you think he can do what Donald Trump wants?
Yes, of course he was right. And of course Elon can do what he wants. Elon, has a lot of other responsibilities. So I'm kind of glad that he has this partner to work with,
Yeah.
That's a big help.
How does he have the time for it, though, with it? He's doing the rockets, the cars, the robots.
Yes.
How does he do it?
Yes, well, that's what I was saying. I mean, I hope he will find the time. If you want to give a job to someone, give it to the top man or the most busy man. He's the one who will find the time.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to it. What do you think about all those people? And there have been quite a few of them, celebrities, non-celebrities, media people, who are
Clifton Suspension Bridge.
Clifton Suspension Bridge and people like that, who are going on, I'm going to leave X, I'm not having anything to do with X. I think that this is the worst travesty. I have never... even people I've interviewed have burst into tears when I tell them how happy they should be that Donald Trump got elected.
They're like toddlers.
I think they're people who've been brainwashed, and they haven't been really listening to things, and they've been following perhaps the wrong people.
Yeah. But how has that happened? Is that from social media? Because it seems to have started around... Their frontal lobes have actually changed, because they actually believe the crap they're saying.
Yes, some of the social media. And a lot of people, I mean, even I, years ago, I used to think, the government was everything. I never thought the government ever made a mistake, myself. And so, and it wasn't a few years ago that Elon was... very, you might say, Democrat and everything. He's had to give up all his Democrat friends now, and they all very deride him very badly now. But, no, he's more or less seen a bit of a light, I suppose you might say,
As we get older, Errol, we see things better, don't we?
That's true. And then, of course, these people who want to leave, of course, they never really leave,
No.
I mean...
Wish they would.
They go to Mexico for the weekend.
Yeah. But, I mean, what do you think about your son's, Elon's, views on the UK? Because he's bang on the button with it, but he got banned from a conference because Keir Starmer couldn't take criticism. And this is the most pioneering guy since, like, Leonardo da Vinci, who we could really use in this country. And he wanted to. He likes the UK, doesn't he?
Yes, he loves the UK.
So
I love the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's right in what he's saying about the UK, and we could do with him over here helping us out.
Yes, we all kind of a bit worried about the UK lately, I mean, especially, now, I mean, with this new sort of setup you've got, the things they're doing are very un-English, very un-English.
Do you think there is going to be a problem between the American government and the British government in the next year? Because the majority of people here in the United Kingdom, and I think we are concerned. I don't believe there is this great wish to join Europe again. I think we want to keep our sovereignty. So we might be one of the smallest land masses, but we're a fairly big nation.
Well, half the people who ever amounted to anything come from England. Let's face it.
Yeah.
So, England throwing its lot in with the European lot, they're not really getting much in return.
Well, you see, the European people are turning against it, Errol, as well.
Yeah, that's true.
They're really sort of not wanting to, the Germans in particular, want to get out of this situation. They're quite close to Russia, and we're hoping that Donald can actually do something to bring peace to that part of the world as well as everywhere else.
I'm sure he will. Everybody will find their feet now that America has made this step. Really, you could say that there's no longer a divide in America. He has the American people behind him. He's more or less united America. And, I think everything looks rather good for the time being, I would say.
Certainly, in the world it does, doesn't it? Everyone's about the Taliban, and now Qatar are kicking out Hamas. Putin wants peace. China wants to settle everything. It seems everyone's expecting Trump, and the world is going to be in a better place.
Yes, everybody. Messages I received almost immediately from people I didn't even know were saying the world's going to be a safer place now, and things like that. I've received many messages, and so I sort of, I didn't even say that myself. It just came from people, saying things like that. So I'm very pleased with the way things have gone. Really.
Have you met Donald Trump?
Yes, I did, but it was a long time ago. I don't think it wasn't like he knew who I was or anything like that.
Well, he will now, though. So when you see him again,
yes, he will now, of course. Yes,
you'll be invited to the inaugural ball.
Who, me? No,
don't worry about that.
Yeah, I think you probably will be. I think you might. I'm really happy about the whole thing, and I just do not understand, in this country as in your country, the mainstream media did everything they could to make Donald Trump look unelectable.
Call him Hitler and stuff.
Do you think that they have learned a lesson from this?
I don't know. I've had some interviews by some of them, like, the BBC. I can't believe I found myself writing to the BBC afterwards and saying, after they interviewed me last week, I can't believe this is the BBC. The kind of questions they asked me. I don't know where they're coming from, And then coming back to your other, thank heavens, let me say, for talkTV. But let me answer your other thing, you mentioned about how are the Trump people, how is the American government people going to speak with your current elected leaders?
Yeah. Like David Lammy, who called him a neo-Nazi a few years. They're all, it's disgraceful.
And there's quite a few of them have said really incredibly gross things,
But the world's gone to the right, and we're still stuck for 4.5 years with a left-wing government. That's the disconnect that's going to happen.
Are you? I can't see this government of yours lasting more than a few months.
But there's no way to get them out. There's 400. They're in a mass majority. They'd never vote themselves.
Or if they resign, if they have to resign, they won't.
It's an interesting way we do it in this country. They've got a huge majority in Parliament, but their percentage of followers within the country is
1 in 5 voted for them.
Yeah,
and they've got a massive 1 in 5, 20%.
Now listen, I'm running out of time. One last quick question, Errol. If you could do this for me, I'd be very grateful. Can we get a bit more headroom in the Tesla?
I want to know. Have you got a Tesla? Have you got all the Teslas? Have you got a Tesla robot? Does he give you all the stuff, your son?
Sorry, I missed that.
Do you drive Teslas? Have you got a Tesla robot?
Yeah.
Does he give them you, or do you just get a discount?
I'm so sorry.
You have to pay for them.
You don't have to answer. That's rude.
You shouldn't have to pay for them. It's his son, isn't it? Have you got one of those Cybertrucks?
I wouldn't give them to you if you were my son.
No, I haven't. I haven't got a Cybertruck.
Why not? He won't even give you a Cybertruck.
I have driven in one. It's a bit like driving a tank, to be honest. I think it feels like driving a tank.
That's what it was sold as.
But as a special use vehicle, I wouldn't like to have to bring one into my driveway.
No, they don't look the nicest thing outside your house.
I think they look great.
Yeah, I know you do.
I can have your one then, and I'll put
there's like a million orders on them already.
Yeah. Lovely.
I mean, I know he was thinking of trying to sell or move Tesla on. Is he still trying to sell it?
Oh no!
Oh, good. But he was.
Have you seen these new robots?
No.
He's got.
Unless he wants to.
Are you offering to buy it?
No, I was just thinking I might know some people who might be able to afford it. That's all. Yeah.
He's got these new robots that are amazing. Have you had to go on one of those?
Well, when they brought out the robots and the robo car, Wall Street and Forbes and so on said he added $1 trillion value to the value of $1 trillion to the value of Tesla.
I mean, it's all about him, isn't it, really?